Imagine this: a quiet morning, the sun just beginning to paint the sky with hues of gold and rose. In your hands, a warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal. It's a ritual for many, isn't it? A symbol of a wholesome start to the day, a promise of sustained energy, a nod to good health. For generations, oatmeal has been hailed as a champion of breakfast foods, especially recommended as we embrace our golden years for its heart-healthy benefits and gentle fiber. But what if I told you that this very symbol of nourishment, this humble bowl of goodness, could, under certain circumstances, be working against you? What if some of the very things we commonly add to our oatmeal, perhaps with the best intentions, could be subtly undermining its benefits, particularly for seniors? It's a thought that might seem surprising, even a little unsettling. But today we're not here to cause alarm. Instead, we're here to embark on a journey of understanding together, to explore how we can continue to enjoy our beloved oatmeal in the healthiest, most beneficial way possible. Because knowledge, especially when it comes to our well-being, is true power. Oatmeal itself, in its purest form, is indeed a powerhouse. It's packed with soluble fiber, particularly beta-glucan, which is wonderful for cholesterol levels and gut health. It provides steady energy and can be a fantastic foundation for a nutritious meal. We're not here to dispute that. But like any good story, there are nuances, there are supporting characters that can change the plot. And in the story of our oatmeal, the things we mix with it play a crucial role. Let's gently pull back the curtain on 5 common food additions that, when combined with oatmeal, might not be the best friends to senior health. We'll explore why, and more importantly, what simple, positive adjustments we can make. First on our list, excessive sugars. This one might seem obvious, but its impact is often underestimated, reaching far beyond just a temporary sugar rush. Think about that lovely swirl of brown sugar, that generous drizzle of maple syrup, or even a large dollop of honey. While they make the oatmeal taste undeniably delicious, they can turn your healthy breakfast into a metabolic challenge. Consider Margaret. She's a spry woman in her early 70s who starts every day with oatmeal. She loves adding a heaping tablespoon of brown sugar and another of golden syrup, believing the oats counteract the sweetness. But by late morning, around 11 o'clock, Margaret often finds herself feeling inexplicably tired, a bit foggy, and craving more sweets. What's happening here is the classic blood sugar roller coaster. That initial rush of sugar causes a spike in blood glucose, followed by a rapid crash as insulin works overtime. For seniors whose bodies might already be more sensitive to sugar fluctuations or managing conditions like type 2 diabetes, this can be particularly taxing. It can lead to energy slumps, mood swings, and over time, contribute to insulin resistance. Beyond that, chronic high sugar intake is linked to increased inflammation throughout the body, which can exacerbate conditions like arthritis and can even impact cognitive function and memory, concerns very relevant in our later years. The sweetness can also be quite addictive, leading to a cycle of craving more sugary foods throughout the day. The alternative? Nature sweeteners are your best allies here. Fresh berries like blueberries, raspberries, or strawberries add sweetness along with antioxidants and fiber, offering a gentle release of sugars. A sprinkle of cinnamon or nutmeg can enhance sweetness perception and even has its own health benefits. Cinnamon, for instance, has been studied for its positive effects on blood sugar. If you really need a bit more sweetness, a very small amount of pure maple syrup, emphasizing pure and small amount, or a few finely chopped dates can work, but moderation is paramount. The goal is to retrain our palates to appreciate the natural, nutty flavor of the oats, complemented by gentle, wholesome sweetness, rather than masking it with intense sugar. Second, let's talk about full-fat dairy and cream. Oh, the allure of a rich, creamy bowl of oatmeal, perhaps made with whole milk or finished with a generous pour of heavy cream. It feels indulgent, comforting, a throwback to a more traditional way of cooking. And for some, in moderation, this might be perfectly fine. However, for many seniors, relying heavily on full-fat dairy in their oatmeal can introduce a couple of potential concerns that are worth discussing. The primary one is saturated fat. While our bodies do need some saturated fat, excessive amounts, particularly from sources like full-fat dairy, can contribute to higher LDL cholesterol levels, often referred to as bad cholesterol. Elevated LDL cholesterol is a significant risk factor for heart disease, and as we age, maintaining cardiovascular health becomes increasingly critical. Our arteries may already be experiencing some natural stiffening, and we don't want to add further plaque buildup to the equation. Another consideration is lactose intolerance. Many people, and the likelihood increases with age, develop a reduced ability to produce lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose, the sugar in milk. This can lead to uncomfortable and sometimes distressing digestive symptoms like bloating, gas, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea after consuming dairy-rich oatmeal. This discomfort can deter someone from eating an otherwise healthy meal. Think of Arthur, who cherished his creamy oatmeal made with whole milk. He'd started noticing a persistent discomfort after breakfast, a bloating and gurgling he couldn't quite place. He never suspected his comforting oatmeal. When he finally tried making it with a lower-fat, lactose-free milk alternative on his daughter's suggestion, the discomfort eased significantly. It was a simple switch, but it made his morning so much more pleasant and allowed him to continue enjoying his favorite breakfast. So, what are the more gut-friendly and heart-aware options? Unsweetened almond milk, soy milk. Choose organic if concerned about GMOs. Oat milk or other plant-based milks are excellent choices, often fortified with calcium and vitamin D. If you do prefer dairy, opt for low-fat, 1%, or skim milk. A dollop of plain, low-fat Greek yogurt can add wonderful creaminess, along with a protein boost and probiotics, without the heavy fat load. It's about finding that balance between satisfying, creamy texture and what truly nourishes and supports your body at this stage of life. Remember, if reducing dairy, ensure you're getting adequate calcium and vitamin D from other sources or fortified foods, crucial for bone health. It's these little details, these small adjustments, that can make such a profound difference in how we feel day to day. If you're finding these insights helpful, perhaps consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to sharing information that supports your journey to vibrant health. And by subscribing, you won't miss out on more ways to nurture your well-being. We're all in this journey together, learning and growing. Our third food combination to be mindful of is large amounts of dried fruits. Dried fruits like raisins, apricots, figs, and dates are often found in the health food aisle and are frequently touted as healthy snacks or additions to cereals. And in small quantities, they certainly can be. They offer fiber, vitamins, and minerals. However, when we add them generously to our oatmeal, thinking we are making a super healthy choice, we might be unintentionally overloading on sugar and calories. The drying process removes the water from fruit, which concentrates the sugars and calories naturally present. A small box of raisins, for example, contains significantly more sugar than a cup of fresh grapes. For seniors managing their weight, blood sugar levels, or even dental health, this concentrated sweetness can be problematic. It can contribute to the same blood sugar spikes and subsequent crashes we discussed with added sugars, potentially leading to energy dips and increased cravings. Furthermore, the sticky nature of many dried fruits can cling to teeth, and if oral hygiene isn't meticulous, this can increase the risk of cavities, a concern at any age, but particularly for older adults who may have more dental work or dry mouth. Imagine you're meticulously crafting your healthy oatmeal, adding a big scoop of mixed dried fruit, thinking you're doing your body a world of favor. While the intention is good, the execution might need a little refinement. It's not about eliminating dried fruits entirely, as they do offer some benefits. It's about being acutely mindful of portion sizes. A few chopped dates, perhaps one or two, or a small sprinkle of raisins, a tablespoon at most, can add lovely flavor and texture without overwhelming the system with sugar. Even better, prioritize fresh or frozen fruits whenever possible. They provide volume, hydration, and fiber, with a much lower sugar concentration per serving. A handful of vibrant blueberries, some sliced peaches in season, or even defrosted mixed berries will always be a wonderful choice, offering a broader range of phytonutrients and more satiety. Fourth on our list, Processed health toppings. This category is a bit of a Trojan horse in the world of healthy eating. It includes items like many commercially prepared granolas, flavored yogurts, breakfast cereal clusters, or even those instant oatmeal flavor packets that seem so convenient. The packaging is often very appealing, adorned with images of ripe fruits and wholesome grains, and sprinkled with words like natural, wholesome, high fiber, or low fat. However, a closer look at the ingredient list can often tell a very different and less healthy story. Many of these processed toppings are laden with hidden sugars, often under various names like high fructose corn syrup, glucose fructose, dextrose, or fruit juice concentrate, unhealthy fats like hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils, trans fats, and surprisingly high levels of sodium. That crunchy, heart-healthy granola you love might be held together with a lot more syrup and oil than you realize, making its calorie and sugar content similar to a dessert. That convenient fruit-flavored yogurt pouch designed to swirl into oatmeal might contain more sugar than a small candy bar, along with artificial flavors and colors. Even some low-fat options compensate for flavor by adding more sugar or artificial sweeteners, which come with their own set of potential concerns, including disrupting gut bacteria and metabolic responses. These additives can negate the inherent health benefits of the oatmeal itself, contributing to inflammation, unwanted weight gain, blood pressure concerns, and unstable blood sugar levels, all significant for seniors aiming for optimal health. It's the deceptive allure of convenience and clever marketing. We're busy, or perhaps just looking for an easy, tasty addition to our breakfast. But these shortcuts can come at a cost to our long-term health goals. The alternative here is to lean towards whole, unprocessed toppings that you control. If you love granola, try making a small batch at home where you can control the amount and type of sweetener, like a tiny bit of maple syrup or applesauce, and use healthy fats like coconut oil or olive oil sparingly. Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt, Greek or regular, and add your own fresh fruit and a dash of vanilla extract. Instead of pre-made flavor packets, use individual spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, or cardamom, a splash of pure vanilla extract, or a little citrus zest. Taking a few extra moments to assemble your toppings from simple, whole ingredients puts you firmly in control of what you're consuming and ensures your oatmeal remains a truly healthy start to your day. Understanding these hidden culprits, these subtle ways our food choices can impact us, can be incredibly empowering, can't it? It allows us to take proactive steps for our health. If this information is resonating with you, or if you know someone, a friend, a family member, who might benefit from hearing it, a simple like on this video or sharing it can spread this knowledge further. Let's help each other make informed choices, supporting our collective journey towards wellness. And finally, number 5, taking certain medications directly with a high-fiber oatmeal meal. This is a particularly important point, and one that requires careful attention and always consultation with your doctor or pharmacist. Oatmeal is famously high in soluble fiber. While this fiber is fantastic for our digestive health, cholesterol levels, and blood sugar regulation, it also has the property of being able to bind with certain substances in the digestive tract. This can include some medications. If you take certain medications at the same time as a high-fiber meal like oatmeal, the fiber could potentially interfere with the absorption of that medication. This means your body might not get the full intended dose, which could reduce the medication's effectiveness. This doesn't apply to all medications, of course, but it is a known and significant interaction for some very common ones. For instance, levothyroxine, thyroid medication, certain heart medications like digoxin, some antidepressants, and even mineral supplements like iron can be affected by high-fiber intake if consumed concurrently. This is not, and I must stress this with utmost clarity, medical advice on specific drugs or dosages. We are not qualified to give that. The crucial takeaway here is the paramount importance of awareness and proactive communication with your healthcare providers. If you are on any regular medication, especially for chronic conditions common in older adults, such as thyroid issues, heart conditions, diabetes, or others, it is absolutely vital to have a specific conversation with your doctor or pharmacist. Don't assume they will automatically bring it up. Ask them directly. Are there any food interactions I should be aware of with my medications, including with high-fiber foods like oatmeal? They might advise you to take your medication an hour or two before or after your oatmeal, or any other very high-fiber meal. Or they might confirm that it's not an issue for your specific prescription and dosage. The only way to know for sure is to ask. This simple, proactive conversation can ensure your medications work as effectively as intended, safeguarding your health alongside your healthy dietary choices. It's an unseen interaction that your healthcare team is best equipped to help you navigate safely. So there we have it. 5 common food combinations that could potentially make our beloved oatmeal less beneficial or even a little harmful, especially for seniors. But please let the overwhelming message today be one of empowerment, not fear. Oatmeal remains a wonderfully nutritious food, a true friend to our health when treated with respect. This exploration is simply about fine-tuning how we enjoy it, about making small, conscious choices that can lead to significant improvements in our well-being and help us avoid unintentional pitfalls. It's about understanding that true health often lies in the details, the quality of our ingredients, the balance of our meals, and our awareness of how different foods interact with our unique bodies and needs, especially as we journey through our later years. Each adjustment, whether it's opting for fresh fruit over excessive dried fruit, choosing leaner milk alternatives, carefully reading labels on toppings, or being mindful of medication timings with high-fiber meals, is a step towards honoring your health and investing in your vitality. These golden years are a time to be cherished, a time for activity, engagement, and joy. And the food we eat plays such a fundamental, foundational role in that. By making these informed choices, we're not just eating, we're actively participating in our own vibrant aging process, taking control where we can. We'd love to hear from you. What are your favorite healthy oatmeal toppings? Or perhaps you've discovered some combinations to be mindful of from your own experience. Maybe you have a tip on how to make oatmeal delicious without relying on sugar? Share your thoughts and wisdom in the comments below. Your insights enrich our community, and we can all learn from one another's journeys. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of mindful eating today. We hope you leave feeling informed, respected, and inspired to make your next bowl of oatmeal your best, most health-supportive one yet. Take care, eat well, and live vibrantly.